Hello, this is Scott. So welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about data science and analytics. Those can be general topics. It could be an open source platform like R or Python, or it could be a commercial platform. And that's what we're going to cover today. We're going to be talking about Statistica for the next few sessions, specifically data governance. This will be a short video on SDMS versioning and log viewer. SDMS is Statistica Document Management System. So going straight to the platform, if I am in the enterprise user interface and I go to SDMS integration, I can set my options by user of what they have control over and what they can see and when I'm going to require a revision or a version change. So here are the objects. Here you can see I can have everything from data configurations to data workspaces to anything else automatically versioned, so I get to select that. And per the user, I may force an approval level for changes. So if I click this, I'm allowing users to approve their own changes. Otherwise, they would submit, and then they would have to be approved by the appropriate party for that. In an earlier video, I showed you how to, what it looks like for the version control itself. I'm going to click, and that's asking me for permissions. And for a workspace, anytime I make a change to a workspace or data configuration, when I exit or when I save, it's going to prompt me for the reason why, and it's going to create a new version with all the metadata related to that. So this is what that looks like from an administrator standpoint, or even a user standpoint. If I want to revert back, if I want to go to the latest version, I can go to the latest version, and I can even compare versions. So let's look at that. So if I click on two different versions and I click compare, then I get a window, getting the window for that, and then I can look at the changes. So in red, I have version 4, in yellow, I have version 5, and I can scroll through here and I can look at what's changed between those two versions. I can actually revert back to a previous version with this option. So lots of different things that you can do within SDMS and version control itself. Also, you can see here whether we want to increment to a major revision as well. So that's a quick peek on document history and versioning, or SDMS. The other thing that I wanted to cover very briefly in this governance section is the log viewer. So if I have a log here, and I've got it filtered, let me get rid of a filter that I've got. Let me start from scratch. Then what I see is, based upon the system, everybody that signed in, if I had different thick clients, I'd even be able to see what station they signed in from, you know, when it was, what they had done, etc. So all of the different incremental activities within the system I can see here. And I can go back. This is all stored within metadata, and I can even run reports and everything against this data. The other thing that I can do is I can create filters. So for example, if I have someone specifically in mind that I want to look at their activity, I'm going to look at Jane Doe user. She's a pretty new user that I set up, and I click OK. Then I'm going to see all of her activity, which is pretty sparse. She's done 3 different things. They were all on January 3rd of this year, and so you can see here that she changed her password in on the first login, etc. So hopefully that gives you an idea of the functionality, or some basic functionality, the power of SDMS, and I look forward to seeing you next time.